This is episode 29 of Two Grown-Ups and a Mouse, and it is a foodies special, as we are going to discuss dining in Animal Kingdom at Tusker House. We did breakfast, and also Satu'li Canteen quick service in Pandora, which is also in Animal Kingdom.
Everything Disney in and out of the house. Two grown-ups and a mouse.
Hi there, I'm AJ.
I'm Andrew.
And you are listening to Two Grown-Ups and a Mouse.
The podcast.
If you're listening.
The video cast.
If you're watching. If you're watching, hi.
Hi.
If you're not watching and you're just listening, hi. Same thing.
You're not going to wave, though?
Okay, I'll wave.
There you go.
I'm waving to the people that are listening.
I can confirm that she is waving.
Thank you. So, if you haven't already done so, please remember to subscribe. I'm sure that you found us on your favorite podcast system. Google Play, Spotify, Apple iTunes, you name it, we're probably there.
Yep.
Or you are listening on our website, twogrownupsandamouse.com, or you are watching on YouTube, Two Grownups and a Mouse. We made it easy to find us, Two Grownups and a Mouse, so please remember to subscribe and to leave feedback. We'd love to hear from you.
Absolutely.
Show ideas, complaints, praises, comments, you name it. We want to hear from you. But let's get into the episode.
All right.
Today is all about food. A few of our episodes are all about food.
We talk about food a lot.
You and I are all about food.
I think so.
We like to go to Disney because of the food.
Yeah.
Some of the food is better than others. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's not so impressive.
Right.
But some of the food is really good.
Well, it's probably one of my biggest pet peeves when I read articles, the negative articles about Disney, and they talk about how bad the food is and how bad this is. But then those people never looked for better food. And Disney has made it easier these days than in the past. But
well, yeah, there are still some quick service locations where you do pay a relatively expensive amount to get food.
Right.
And they're pre-made burgers. I mean, not too long ago, unfortunately, we were at Hollywood Studios and I got a chicken sandwich that tasted like a hockey puck.
Right.
However, even though it wasn't the best quality and, there were some hiccups with our meal, we ended up getting cupcakes for our entire party, and there were 6 of us.
Yeah.
I mean, the manager wanted to make sure to leave a good memory instead of the hockey puck memory.
Right.
Now, of course, I would have rather had a good chicken sandwich, but that's fine because I told him, and hopefully they'll look into not overcooking it.
Right.
So hopefully something positive will come out of that. But if you really do have a bad experience, you need to tell them, and they will do what they can to make it right.
Sure.
That's going to happen just like anywhere else. You're going to have experiences that are not as good as others.
That's right.
So,
but the key thing is that there are so many good places to eat at Disney,
including quick service.
And so there's no excuse to be upset by your dining experience visiting Disney. Now, obviously, if you've never gone, you're not going to know where to go and all the other things. So that's why we have a podcast. So
right. We want to help you out. And something that we haven't really talked about yet, but a lot of the dining options you can now, for quick service, you can order in advance from your phone and then go pick it up at the restaurant. Right.
You order in advance anytime you want. The app has to figure out that you're on Disney property. You're
talking about the My Disney Experience app.
Correct.
Because there are a few Disney apps.
That's true.
Yeah. So you want to, if you have not done so already and you are planning a trip to Walt Disney World, you want to download the My Disney Experience app. Mm-hmm. You can also go to mydisneyexperience.com, but the pre-ordering food may or may not work on the website. So download the app if you're going so that you can do what you were just starting to talk about.
Right. Which is basically, you get, if you want to eat at whatever quick service restaurant, you can go in there and you can order your meal for you and everybody in your party. You can customize the meal, which is very nice because that was one of my big concerns the first time I did it. Is like, well, what if I don't want onions on my burger? Oh, well, I don't want to use an app for that because then I'm going to be screwed. But you can go in there and fully customize your meal however you like. And then when you walk in, your app's going to buzz and say, you're here. And then, as you're walking up, they will probably have your food pretty much ready for you as you walk up to the counter, and then you pick it up and walk away. It's billed to your credit card. Quick and easy. So when you see that really monstrous long line, there's an easy way to beat it.
But do they offer it at all of the quick service restaurants now? I think it's still limited.
I think it's still limited, but I think it's a good chunk of them. So the place where you're probably really going to have a problem is like in Epcot and stuff. I don't think, because some of those restaurants are Disney, some aren't, some, blah, 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 blah. So who knows in Epcot. So, but I think a good majority of them elsewhere offer it. So.
Right. But either when you're on property or prior to going, you can look on the app and see if they have the pre-ordering available.
That's correct. You can easily tell because there's one of the buttons on the restaurant is order food.
Exactly. So now that we've it was a little bit of an aside, but it was still food related.
Sure.
We should talk about Tusker House breakfast.
That's right.
Now, we only did breakfast there, so that's solely our conversation is going to be about breakfast.
Right.
They do offer lunch and dinner, I believe. But again, we're just going to talk breakfast.
Right.
So when you do Tusker House breakfast, and Tusker House is located inside of Animal Kingdom, it's in Africa.
Yes.
And we saw Goofy, Mickey, Donald, and Daisy.
Right.
And they were dressed in safari attire.
Right.
When we got there, we checked in, and the check-in, at least when we did it, was located outside of the restaurant, literally outside. But it is a covered area. There are fans. There are a few places to sit. It can still be very hot.
Yeah.
And it is very popular for breakfast, so that is definitely something you want to be prepared for. Even if you have a reservation, you might not get in at exactly your reservation time. On the app or website, you can find this at a lot of places. It says the price is $35 to $59.99.
Right.
So breakfast is going to be the $35.
Right.
It's going to be the less expensive of the options. And it is an all-you-care-to-eat buffet.
That's right.
So they bring you in, they bring you to the table, the server will come to you and take your drink order, and then you can go into the buffet area and pick out the item or items that you want, and you can go back as many times as you'd like.
Yep.
Your favorite on the buffet?
Wow. That's the only place that had Krispy Kreme donut holes.
Fresh, hot made.
Yep. I don't, when the people we were with and they said that they were Krispy Kreme donut holes, and I was a little baffled, and I was like, Krispy Kreme at Disney? Really? It's probably just generic donut holes. They're probably just calling them Krispy Kremes. But no, there's a big sign there that says Krispy Kreme. So, and yeah, they're hot and fresh and delicious for breakfast.
I think I either wasn't in the mood for them because Krispy Kreme donut holes are relatively sweet, or I tasted it and I wasn't a fan. I don't remember which, but you really liked them.
I think you only had one or two, and then I had way too many.
Yeah, no, I just
and that was after my full breakfast.
I think I just wasn't in the mood.
Right.
They have traditional breakfast offerings, eggs, and either pancakes or waffles, bread items, and a lot of African-inspired dishes.
Yeah.
And it reminded me of when we used to do breakfast at Boma.
It's similar.
Boma is located inside of Animal Kingdom Lodge, and they also have a breakfast buffet where they have a lot of American traditional items you can get, but you could also get the African-inspired dishes.
Sure.
So they were both similar like that. But of course, this is a character meet and greet. It's character dining. So the characters walk around to each table, and they have a character handler with them to make sure that they go to each table. That's basically why you'll see it's like they won't sit people, and then they'll seat a whole bunch of people at the same time because they're on the same character schedule.
Yeah.
They don't just sit one person, this table is up, we're going to sit them. Oh, this table is up, we're going to sit them. They kind of sit section by section.
Well, for seating restaurant wise, it's kind of a double whammy because you don't want to sit too many people at one time in a section to overwhelm the server, even though it is a buffet. But even still, people want to get their drinks and their plates cleared and yada, yada, yada. But now you also have to add in characters because you don't want to sit somebody down and then all of a sudden the characters just show up, or the characters just left, and now, it might be 30 or 40 minutes before they return. Now, they might be finished with their breakfast and just waiting there. So,
right,
it's maddening, I'm sure.
So when you're going and getting your food, you do want to kind of keep your eye out on, the characters are walking around now. Okay, they're over there. I have a few minutes until they're going to be at my table.
Yeah.
And when we went, and of course this is subject to change because they do change things like this on occasion, there was no PhotoPass photographer.
No.
We had to use our own phone, our own camera, but they'll gladly take pictures for you or other people in the restaurant. I mean, that's a great thing about Disney. It's usually easy to find someone to take pictures. It's funny. I am my best self at Disney. How many times are we walking and I'll just stop and you'll look and try and find out where I am because I stopped and asked someone if they wanted me to take a picture.
Sure.
Because I'll see a family and I'll see the mom or the dad not in the picture and the rest of the family in the picture. And I'll say, do you want me to take a picture? And they'll be so happy. And, that little random act of kindness makes them so happy and just took 60 seconds out of my day.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't take up a lot of time to.
Nothing there.
So, the people inside the restaurant will probably be really nice. So, and I think we mentioned this before, we're not big on character breakfast. We enjoy doing them once so that we can see what they're like. Yeah. But for us, it's not necessarily something we want to do all the time.
Right.
But when we went to Tusker House, we went with friends. And actually, I mean, we go every month to the parks, but we have a trip planned now for August when we have friends from Minnesota that are coming who have a young child. She's 6, and we will be doing character dining with them.
Sure.
So we like to do it once in a while, just not frequently.
Yeah.
We like to see what it's all about, and it makes for great pictures. We have some great pictures when we dined at Tusker House. So if you are looking for character dining, definitely would recommend Tusker House breakfast.
Absolutely.
We enjoyed it, and it's great because if you can get an early reservation, because it's character dining inside of the park, you can really start a whole day at Animal Kingdom. Just start at Tusker House, get your breakfast, and then go do your thing.
Well, the nice thing, Tusker House is right next to the safari. So in the morning, the animals will likely be a little more lively than they will be in the afternoon. So it's kind of a nice step. Plus, the safari, you just get in a truck and you drive around. So it doesn't, so it gives you a little extra time to digest.
Right. The next restaurant we are going to talk about is Satu'li Canteen, and I apologize if I am not pronouncing it correctly. But it's SATU hyphen? No. Apostrophe. Yeah. I'm going to go back to school now. Bye. Just kidding. SATU apostrophe LI. Satuli Canteen. Sure. It is located in Animal Kingdom inside of Pandora, the world of Avatar.
Pandora?
The world of Avatar.
That's weird.
Andrew is wearing a Pandora, the World of Avatar t-shirt for anyone who is listening and not watching. You should turn to the camera, though, so people can actually see it.
The opening day Pandora shirt.
If you show your left sleeve, you can show it's a pass holder shirt.
No, it isn't. That isn't pass holder, though.
Oh, I thought that.
No.
Turn around? I thought this one was pass holder.
No, it's just opening day.
And then maybe I bought the pass holder shirt.
Maybe.
I know one of us bought a pass holder shirt.
I keep saying opening day, but we weren't there on opening day. They just had some left over. So.
and we still have not been on Flight of Passage.
That's true, too.
We've been on the rivers.
But
we have
River Light.
Right, but we haven't been on Flight of Passage. So I went to Satu'li Canteen with a woman and her daughter, friends of ours, and it is a quick service restaurant. Honestly, it is a little on the expensive side, but it was quite enjoyable. It's you go to the counter, you order your food, you order in the ordering stations, and then you go to the counter and pick up your food, and then you go find your own seat. They will clear the table for you.
Right.
Which I found out because we were sitting there and then people were walking around and they told us, don't worry about it. We'll get it at the end. So that was kind of nice. Their lunch and dinner menu is the same. Adults are $12.49 to $16.99. And it's basically the entire adult menu are bowls. Right. You pick a protein, you pick the sauce, you pick if you want noodles or rice. So basically, depending on the protein you get, that's going to dictate what the price is going to be. If you go to Chipotle, I know you personally, Andrew, don't, but I know a lot of people probably go to Chipotle. It's very similar to that because Chipotle is basically the same way. You can get a bowl, a taco, a burrito, whatever. They're all the same price, but depending on if you get steak or pork or chicken or veggie, that will change the price for you. So it's very similar to that ordering style.
Now, did they prepare the food at the time, or is it more like Chipotle where they pulled it out of, because as a quick service, it's expensive, but you're getting a meal that is, I don't want to say it's mass produced, but it's not. It's one step less than, because the burger place, they just slap burgers together, left, right, and center. No,
it's probably similar to Chipotle, but that's done behind the counter, so you don't really see them preparing it. And honestly, I was not in the mood for a bowl because I think I've mentioned this on the podcast. I don't like my food touching. I didn't, and I just wasn't in the mood to have protein on top of noodles or rice. It didn't seem appealing to me. But what I did was I ordered from the kids menu.
Sure. On
the kids menu, they have a cheeseburger steamed pod, a Tayly, Teyly, not sure if I'm Tayly, all beef hot dog wrapped in dough, and a cheese quesadilla, which is what I got.
Right.
I got the cheese quesadilla with grapes, and I want to say that I had one other side. And it was nice because kids' meals, honestly, are more than enough food. As Americans, we have a tendency to overindulge.
Sure.
So I did get the cheese quesadilla because I wasn't in the mood for the bowl. However, my friend and her daughter both got the adult bowls because her daughter is 10.
Right.
And they both enjoyed them very much. And what I noticed online when I looked it up, after 5 p.m., they have a Satuli sampler platter, and it's $74.99. At least as of our taping this, it was $74.99.
Right.
You get 4 meals and 4 drinks plus all the sauces. Now, fountain beverages are now $3.99. So basically $4 each. And if you were to purchase 4 meals that were valued at $16.99, then plus the 4 drinks, it would be $83.92. So you're definitely getting a savings by getting the sampler platter.
Right.
But you really have to look and make sure, because if you're getting 4 $12.49 meals, you might not really be saving anything.
Right.
But you would have to, I don't want to misspeak. So you can definitely ask if you were to go there, because it said something about a slaw that came on the side. No, I didn't write it down, but it said something. It might come with like an additional side or something. So that's why I'm saying I don't want to misspeak, because it may still be a value to get it as the meal as opposed to getting it as individual meals. Now, about the kids' meals, I kind of said them quickly. If you have picky eaters, the cheeseburger steamed pod, while we were there, someone brought it back to the counter and said, my kid is not going to eat this, because inside I believe it's a traditional cheeseburger, but the breading is more like a dumpling. Right. So it's not like a traditional cheeseburger.
Sure.
So the hot dog, however, it's an all beef hot dog wrapped in dough. It's like a pig in a blanket. It's like having a hot dog inside of a crescent roll or whatever. So if you have a picky eater, they would probably be okay with a hot dog, or the cheese quesadilla is just cheese inside of a tortilla, shells.
Oh, of course.
So that's great for piggy eaters.
The one of the things, because I'm looking at the menu here on the Disney World website, and it's actually nice. And I don't remember. I think you took a picture of the menu, but the menu online and probably in the app as well is broken up. They have the main courses, and then they also break it up by different allergies. So there's like a bunch of sections. There's a gluten wheat-free allergy section, an egg allergy section, fish shellfish allergy section, milk allergy section, peanuts, soy allergy, which makes it very, very handy to figure out what you can eat.
If you have an allergy, you tell them when you order.
Oh, of course.
And then it's possible, I'm not sure if they still do this, that's why I don't want to say they will, but it's possible that the chef or one of the managers will come out and talk to you about the allergy. So they do take allergies very seriously. They don't want that kind of liability. They want to make sure that if you're allergic to milk or whatever, that you're food isn't touching one of your allergens. So they are very good about keeping them separate.
Right.
We did try the desserts. I personally ordered the chocolate cake, and my friend, for her and her daughter, ordered the chocolate cake and the blueberry cream cheese mousse. And they enjoyed both of them. I didn't try the cream cheese mousse because I think there's some kind of lemon or citrus ingredient in there, and I'm not allergic. I just don't prefer citrus. So I didn't try it, but she said it was quite enjoyable. And they were beautiful. And yes, I took pictures of both. And yes, I do have a picture of this sign. And they have a few alcoholic beverages, one of them being the Dreamwalker Sangria, which our friend ordered. And I did take a taste of that, and it was really good. It was a $10 drink, but that honestly is Disney prices. And honestly, it's not that much more than ordering alcohol anywhere else.
No, at a bar and stuff, you're going to pay the same. You're going to pay, a premium for... especially for a sangria. Just looking through they have some wines, they have some ales, they have some of the local Florida brews as well. I4 IPA, Hawks Grog. There's a few. And then they have some. So you almost should have tried this one, the Banshee Chardonnay, which you're not a wine person, but this is flavors of apple, pear, citrus, and a hint of vanilla.
I don't like Chardonnay, and I don't like vanilla.
Well, but you like apple, pear, and vanilla. You don't like vanilla?
I don't like vanilla.
That's un-American.
Actually, I think I don't like the smell of vanilla.
Oh.
Like the fake vanilla. The flavor's okay, but I don't like the smell.
Either way, they have some interesting alcoholic choices.
I took a picture of it, but I didn't write it down here. Outside of that quick service restaurant, there is a small area where you can get a huge pretzel. I think it was like $16, but it's a really, really big pretzel.
Right. And
they have some alcoholic, almost dessert-like beverages, because that's what I ended up. I bought it as a dessert. So they really have upped their adult offerings.
Oh, yeah.
They know that people can imbibe in a civilized manner. So they do offer a lot more alcohol choices. And like I said, it's right outside, in between the store and the quick service. Just a little location. You walk up, you order. Half of their menu, if not more, was alcohol. But you could also get the pretzel. I think they had one other dessert item. Again, I took a picture of it so we can look for that and we can post it with our social media.
Right. So all the parks, other than Magic Kingdom, have kind of upped their booze game.
Even Magic Kingdom has a little bit, because I'm pretty sure you can get inside of the restaurant Be Our Guest.
I think so.
And I know you can get inside of Cinderella's castle if you dine there. But no, you're correct that they don't have as many kiosks. Like if you go into Hollywood Studios, there's lots of places.
Well, there's even a mixed drink kiosk in Hollywood Studios. You can walk up and get your vodka cranberry. So
and now they have Baseline Tap House there.
Right.
So it's basically a bar.
More beers, lots of beers. Actually, we should note that down and to have an alcohol episode. I'm sure that'll make everybody happy. But there's a lot of options.
Right. Well, it used to just be Epcot.
Right.
Go to Food and Wine, get the alcohol.
Right.
But now they have, they really have been expanding into the different parks. And again, as has happened on multiple episodes, we're talking about food and my stomach is growling.
Yep, mine too.
So I need to go get something to eat.
All right.
So on that note, I'm going to say good evening.
Not good morning?
Well, here it's not morning, but someone that's watching or listening could be morning. So I could say good afternoon.
Good evening?
I said good evening.
Good night?
How about just goodbye?
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.